Hey there, so obladi, oblada, life goes on. You know what I mean? Sometimes, sometimes things happen. You gotta like pick yourself up by your bootstraps. You gotta suck it up, and then you gotta, get on with the show, which is what I'm doing here. So in honor of National Mace Windu Appreciation Day. That's something I just made up right now. I've got a little bit of a comparison video I thought would be sort of fun for you guys, So here we go. So what do we have here? All right. Initiate personality number one. All right. So this is cryptic paradigm. And as I said, I have a bit of a comparison video that I'm going to do here for you. So the contenders are you got your Ultra Sabers Electrum Wind with the Amethyst. You've got Saberforge, I think this is the Venom. This is just a warrior tier, so no sound, so you'll have to forgive me for that. And this is running whatever they call their purple. This is the Ultimate Works Kishi, sort of a Imperial Knight saber. And this runs the Asteria 2.0. Then you've got your Electrum Sabercrafts. This is my Battle Scarred Remnant, which you've seen recently. This is just a D2. It's not the fancy schmancy D3. One of these days I'll order a D3 because that thing's just like fully loaded. And, for the price that you pay for a D3, it's not bad at all. So, but I've got other things I'm waiting on, and I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be a Black Friday sale coming up. If Electrum Sabercrafts does something like that, if they can knock 10 or 20% off, they've got a sale. If they opt to not do any of that, then I'll have to wait for said sale. Anyway, sorry about the bing. Someone's Facebooking me. And of course, last but not least, I've got my my old Vader's Vault Revenant Elite. And so let's get the show started. So here we go.
Boot.
This party's over. Okay. So we start with the point where these sabers are usually brightest, and we'll work ourselves up the length. I tried to find colors proximate to one another, and the blades are all fairly similar, with the exception of the Ultra Sabers, which uses their I believe that's the thick wall blade. It's got kind of that silver sort of film in it. I forget what those are called. To be perfectly honest, I don't really care like what the LEDs are or the wattages are. I don't bother with any of that minutia. What you see is what you get here. I'm sure everyone else out there knows exactly what each and every one of these comes equipped with, and you're welcome to discuss that. Anyway, so in order of brightest to least brightest, obviously the Vader's Vault comes in at number 1. At number 2 is actually the Venom here. That one's really quite bright. Tied for third and fourth, probably third would be the Remnant, with a close, like I said, tie between third and fourth, but slightly getting edged out would be the Kishi, and coming up last, of course, would be the Electrum Wind. But I'm not. The jury's still out on the Electrum Wind because, like I said, it just shut off. That was weird. Ooh, kind of spooky. Anyway, Oh, maybe that's something that it does. Maybe that's what the Kishi does if it's idle for too long. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, the blade that's equipped on here might be kind of like dulling the color a little bit. So I'm gonna give the Electrum Moon the benefit of the doubt, and just so you can hear the cacophony, it's nothing quite like the cacophony of sabers. Anyway, I thought that'd be kind of a neat comparison. Um, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Hope you enjoyed watching this comparison of disparately different yet economically similarly priced sabers. That's actually an interesting thing. Now, obviously, the Vader's Vault would be the most expensive. I know I didn't pay full price on any of this stuff. To me, I just rather buy sabers used. You know this. The reason being mostly price. Sabers are generally, I feel they're. I mean, you get what you paid for, to be certain, but I don't know. Spending the amount of money that you would spend on a Vader's Vault, I don't know, it just seems kind of excessive. Don't get me wrong. I think they're worth it, but if you can save some money, I mean, I'm not the wealthiest guy on the face of the earth, so I have to be economically minded. I would say probably the Vader's Vault's the most expensive of the lot here. Second would probably be, if this was fully equipped like Champion, it would probably be second. Third would probably be the Electrum Sabercrafts, the Remnant. Fourth, believe it or not, would probably be. I think probably the Kishi edges it out, and then the Electrum one would be the probably the least expensive. I mean, obviously, it depends on the features that you get. All of these things come with you know, high and low end features. I'm just thinking, if you were to get them kind of similarly equipped across the board, as far as like the levels of the tiers and the soundboards that are equipped with each of the sabers. I mean, obviously with the Electrum Sabercraft, they just have the one board, and Vader's Vault usually will just come with whatever the state of the art board is at the time. The Kishi comes with an Asteria 2.0, and that's pretty much standard. So these are the only two that sort of give you the options to kind of dictate what they're equipped with as far as soundboards, and of course the soundboards on these two would be the weakest of the bunch. These three are the most competitive as far as features and whatnot. So I think probably when you're spending the money, something like these three would give you the best bang for your buck as far as soundboards. Now as far as like Ultra Sabers, and this is going off on the rails. This turned into a PSA. Anyway, as far as Ultra Sabers and Saberforge go, I don't really care what soundboard they come equipped with. I do prefer a soundboard, but for Ultra Sabers, it could very well be just the basic Obsidian Light. I'm not really impressed with any of the other soundboards, and they all come with the same standard fonts, and it's all just it's just more to go wrong. I've never had a problem with the Obsidian Light, but um the other the premium and the bleh, whatever, they all they're all just gonna break eventually. Same thing with Saberforge. It doesn't really come matter what it comes equipped with. I mean, I just get mine with Veteran tier. I mean, it's kind of boring meat and potatoes. They only come with the standard three fonts, but I haven't had one of those break on me. But the Champion Edition will break, and that takes us to the subject of my Redeemer, which I did attempt to update on the I found someone with I got access to a PC with Windows 10, and I attempted to connect it to whatever, it didn't work. That saber's dead Skavich. And then of course these three, each one of these comes with a plethora of fonts and font changing options. So these are all no. Yes, I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's my tirade. And someone got something out of this video. That's pretty much it for me at this point. So hope everyone enjoyed this. And here's my boys. And that's it for me. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.